Welcome back to the Crow Bros. We've got a fire ban going on right now, so we're going to do a desktop review today instead. I want to introduce a new weapon, the new Stribog SP45A3, chambered in 45, 8-inch barrel, and you're probably thinking to yourself, why does that weapon look familiar? It's very similar to the HK45 UMP. That's a real UMP mag. This is a 25-round HK OEM UMP mag, and it goes directly in this weapon. This thing comes with 3 polymer mags that are 20-round mags that are kind of dog doo-doo, so I don't intend to use those. I went right out and bought the UMP magazines. Then when we got the stamp back, I went with the B&T stock with the Stribog adapter. Now the Stribog frame is the same on the 9mm as it is the 45. And I'm going to say that again because some of you are really wondering. The frame, when it comes to stocks and bolt-ons and attachments, are the same on the 9mm and on the 45. If you go to AT3 Tactical, I'm going to put a link below. They sell an adapter and they also sell the stock, or you can just buy the adapter so you can have a folding stock on your Stribog. The cheek weld on these feel very much like an HK, and I absolutely love them. I threw the Hollow Sun up top, and I like the circle. There's the circle dot on that one. And just so you can see, there's the Donut of Death, by far and away the best aperture you can put in a PCC because of all the CQB work for which this weapon was intended. JK Armament Versex 155 45 caliber suppressor up front. These are one of the most inexpensive suppressors I've been able to find for 45. When they first started doing tax stamps very quickly, and because I need instant gratification, I bought what they had. The mags, got that powder release. I think the mags are absolutely fantastic. I mean, these are honkers. They're quite large, but 25 rounds of 45 and a Donut of Death. Yep, I think that's just about as much fun as you can have with your clothes on. I wanted to mention some specs as well. So, the charging handle, it's non-knurled, but it's convex, so it's pretty easy to get a purchase on it. Let me see if we can do that in camera. Holds back because the magazine's in. The bolt catch, this thing is very small and narrow, this bolt catch, so to try to close the bolt is pretty effortless when there's no magazine in the weapon. But when there's a magazine in the weapon, you can try to push this fucker down. Oh, man, hurt my thumb. So anyway, something you should know. I decided, now when the weapon came in, it's got M-lock on both sides. However, when you look at UMP footage, there really is pick rails on both sides already on most of those weapons. So that's why I decided to do pick rails. I'm thinking, what do you guys think? We'll do a scout as far up front as we can. The bolt feels very smooth. This weapon may be better than an HK UMP, and I'll tell you why. This is roller lock. The UMP is not. It's a direct blowback. So this roller lock system, in theory, should be a softer shooting weapon than the HK UMP. If you look up front, I've got a bit of a finger stop here. I'm going to put a link to that finger stop below, but if you look at the real HK UMP, they had a finger stop up front, and they have a triangle shaped built-in aperture up front and in the back. I have looked at a lot of different bolt-on front and rear sights, and I have not found one that I particularly like for this. If you guys can think of a way to make this weapon look more like a UMP or perform more like a UMP, I'm struck by how much it weighs. This easily weighs as much as an 8-inch 300 Blackout or AR. So I'll throw it on the scale here in a little bit and show you what it weighs. The trigger pull, let's check that out real quick. So pull the trigger pull meter out here. Let's see what we're pulling. Kind of grab it in the meat. Is there a way to get this in camera? I'm sure there is. Let me just kind of put this like so. It's hard to do with one hand. Is that good? Yeah. Gosh, I do love that donut of death. A couple other features we need to probably go over. The selector switch. The selector switch, honestly, to engage the selector, it's spongy and gritty, but at least it's expensive. Do you have to break your grip to actuate the selector switch? The answer is yeah. You've got two releases on this weapon for the magazine. You've got the push button release that you're used to, but you also have the paddle release, which feels very intuitive. And if you have any weapons with a paddle release, aka MP5, it feels very similar. Adam, why do you keep comparing this Slovakian 45 to a gorgeous German HK UMP? A lot of reasons. First of all, my question to you is, what were they trying to emulate when they built this weapon in the first place? Okay, obviously they were emulating an HK. Takes the HK mags and the stock and takes 45 caliber. Okay, that's gonna about do it for me here today at the Crow Ranch. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for checking out our desktop review of the SP45A3 by Stribog. If there's something you'd like to see, let us know. If you're not a member of our channel, please consider doing so by hitting that subscribe button right there. Like, share, love your comments, and thanks again. We'll see you next time.